Hi everybody, how you going? Thought I'd just give you a little update where we're at. We're nearing the end of summer. Well, we're sort of like smack bang in the middle of it actually. We've had a red-bellied black snake in here, crawled out from underneath the permapine logs and come across the path and into this section of the garden. And we haven't seen it again it's been 5 days now. So that's been a little bit unnerving, to be honest, and we're a bit worried about Rory in the backyard. We've taken down all the sweet pea seeds now, so that's completely vacant, that section, ready to redo. We've got the feverfews all gone off to seed. Chrysanthemums are starting to come up, but not flower yet, because we're trying to, I didn't stop all of them, and so some of them will flower a bit earlier than others. The achille is growing really well, reds and yellows, soft white pinks, and then a beautiful purple over there. Shasta daisy's just coming to an end. Comfrey's just gone crazy. That's throwing off seeds soon, I hope. And in here's a bit of a schmozzle. So this is where I had all my seeds, but because I got crook, I didn't get any more of the seeds planted, so we're behind until we get the seeds ready to put out into the ground. This is just sort of looking a little bit sad. So we've got the cosmos, still some nice cosmos in there, but yeah, we haven't got it in exactly where I wanted it to be right now. Chrysanthemums are growing really well though, and they were only small plugs when I planted them. And Terry and our eldest son Daniel and I collected a whole heap of alpaca poo and straw the other day, and then we've actually mulched it up. So the driveway up the back towards the future potting shed is all blocked up by alpaca poo and straw, but wow, it's amazing, and it actually mulched up really well. Yeah, it's come up really nice. So we've got a great blend of the alpaca poo and the straw there. The raised bed, that is they're all bags of just poo, coffee grounds and things that we've been putting in there, like the mulchings and grass clippings. We've built this up ready, so we're ready just to basically put some soil in now, and then Terry's going to make it a little bit more safe so we don't cut ourselves on the tin. This is all really messy at the moment, so I need to do a lot of tidying. The dahlias are going really well. I'll actually take you in and show you. So we've got stakes now, so we've been able to get them all finally out into the ground. It's been so cold to start off our season that we actually had to keep a lot of them back before we could plant them, because the frosts, we'd had hail, we've had 3 lots of hail since spring, so it's been pretty full on. I have been getting flowers now that I can use for my stall, and I mean, this one's not 100% perfect, but this is a cafe au lait. Here's another cafe au lait. They're just gorgeous. So I'm able to pick quite a few each day now, and you know, they're not all tall enough that we've had to tie them off. But one hint that I would give that Terry put me onto is this lovely soft tie. It's really good and it's real stretchy. It's called Jollies. I think it's called Jollies, and just got it from Bunnings, as opposed to using this sort of tie, which is quite, you know, not as flexible for the plant. So yeah, the Jollies tie is really good. It's sort of like a jersey. It's like it's like t-shirts that have been all it's that sort of material, like stretchy. So yeah, we've got lots of dahlias that are, this one's starting to come out and it's going to be purple, so that'll be a newbie. This one's a yellow one. I've got all the names written down in there, but what I haven't done yet, and I still need to do, is actually catalogue that area, because I think when it comes time to pulling up the tubers and dividing them, this would be much better if I've got myself a bit of a map. So we're next to the big pecking seedling bed, or annual bed, and I'm just walking you through. We've got buddleias starting to come into flower. There's beautiful big monarch butterflies. starting to come in the garden. We've had the full cycle of having the caterpillars, and now we've got the butterflies. Got some sedum that have been potted up that I think that's going to be white, which is very exciting. Got some hydrangeas. It's going okay. They're still very small. Oh, so since I filmed, I think we have had the upright sprinklers put in, so that's been really good. The globe thistle is definitely, all the flowers have gone off of that now. I was trying to see if it actually threw seed. I don't know if it will or not, and I don't know if I can use them for dried flowers, but I'm really interested to see how much I can use that plant. It's beautiful. I've just held back from picking it because I just loved it so much. Yellow wallflower's going really well. Oh, and there's another, I'm turning you around. It's not going to be a really good specimen to show you this part because I've just let it go, but this is called a Chilia pearl. It's really nice. It's a really, it would be lovely in wedding bouquets for summer, but it's tall, and I've been able to do really good cuts off it, and really nice plant. Started off really small and it's just going terrific. Good old carpet roses, they're doing well. And I've got some elderberries back there. We've got some things planted along the creek which are all starting to grow now too. Still a fair bit of tidying to do with the stones. Oh, Gary's now doing something in the shed there, drilling. Here's a big butterfly. Let's see if we can get it in camera. No, it's too fast. We've got baby birds and all sorts going on in the garden. The trees around us, there's just so many birds at the moment. In here, the Honesty Linaria, that still hasn't flowered, so I'm imagining it's going to come up in autumn. It's going to just look so pretty when this section comes into flower. I got given some sword fern the other day, so I've got to plant that. The swing garden's looking like we've had a wild party here, but we haven't. This area near the swing garden is very dry, so this isn't where we're going to bring some of the alpaca poo and straw to try and, we've really got to try and get this area a little bit more softer, more easy to use, the soil. Although lots is growing, it's just that the calendula's gone off to seed. I've got a lot of seeds to gather in there. Jerusalem artichoke here doing really well and looking lovely in the afternoon sun. It's 5:30 while I'm filming this. Here's our water beds, which have just gone all year. It's just been fantastic. Canna lilies are doing well. Looking back on the shady garden and up the back there's some monarch butterflies just dancing around up here. I'll walk over here and I won't be able to get it though, but let's just see. They're really having fun. There they are, dancing around the garden. Romance is in the air. Look at them, they're just gorgeous, and they love the buddleia. So Gary's in there doing something with his gym. Salvia's growing well, getting a bit ratty here, feverfew, just letting it go to seed, and then I'm going to cut it right back. Here's another Achillea. This one's nice actually because it's faded off to this light colour here, but it starts off pink, and there's another sort of moth on that. I don't know if that's a friend or a foe, that moth, but anyway, we'll see. Got some dahlias planted in there too. And then all of this area here is where I want to have another garden bed, and those permapine logs were all down here, and just a perfect place for a snake, wasn't it? So anyway, Gary's moved them so that they're a lot more off the ground, and we've got all of this to get circulated out and about around the front to try and cover some creeper, and then that will make it a lot safer because Rory at the moment can't come out here. I'm heading up towards the sunshine garden. Well, I'm in the sunshine garden. Sunflowers are growing, very pretty. Oh look, we've got an action shot here. Got the bee collecting some pollen. Yeah, so these were only lilies, and I planted them into cardboard cartons, the seed, like tubes, like postage tubes, and it worked really well. But next to the, there's the blue of the bog sage, the yellow of the fennel, and then there's the orange of the canna and yellow of the canna. It's like all the colours of the sky and sun, and it's pretty. It looks pretty. I don't mind that the fennel's got a little bit crazy because it's casting a bit of shade for the other plants. But you know, this nice salvia there, agapanthus, well, they just thrive here. And we've got penstemon in there. What else have I got in there? Hot lip salvia. My mum and dad live in Tassie, and there's heaps of calendula down here, and they've just ripped out all of their salvia because it's just got out of control for Dad. It's a bit too hard for him to look after now, but it's really sensible that they've done that for them. But for me, I can still keep, you know, I can keep going with mine, but it does get straggly. I've got pomegranates coming here onto the tree. The fennel I've started cutting down. It's past its best, but it's good because it still gives me some flowers. That's going to throw a lot of seeds, so I definitely need to manage it. There's my shadow. But the calendula are going off to seed now, so you can see, you know, here's a lovely little calendula. This one's starting to die off, and then it starts to create the seeds, and then you get the full seeds there. Here we go, like these, and then you just literally just come off into my hand, and then we just throw them, and you've got more plants growing in your garden. Pretty cool in a sunshiny garden. And then this is another entrance to the picking bed where the chrysanthemum is starting to grow along here. We've got the climbing roses starting to grow. The climbing rose is growing up the arbour. The apples have all had fruit, which I picked early because the birds, the parrots were getting them. And now we've got a bit of a straggly old bed in here, but there's a beauty in it, I think. The artichokes have been in full flower. I've been using them out the stall, using them for orders. Chicory looks like there's nothing there now, but then tomorrow in the morning it'll be these beautiful bright blue flowers. We've got some valerian, and borage is dying down. We've got some nice straw flowers in there too. And the Queen Anne's lace, well, that's definitely gone to seed. Time to collect some seeds from that. But yeah, it's looking nice. Got lupins growing, the Jerusalem artichokes in the background, and sage, bergamot. I've actually found the bergamot is really pretty for dried work, so I'm letting it dry off. There's another big butterfly in the garden. Yeah, so we've got a couple of different types of fennel in here, and the nectarine and the plums, and then I just took all of this. This has all got to go into the green bin and down the back recycling, but I just decided to get all this ground area a bit clean because with the snake, like, I need to know where my paths are, you know. And we've blocked off this section here so that we can try and deter a snake going into that area where Rory is standing because he's just wanting terribly to be with me. Here's some plant, that's scraps from my making my flowers. Hello, buddy. Yes, I know, you're hot, aren't you? You go and sit back there, you're standing on the hot concrete. Yep. And I'm back in the salon now. So all my salon sheets are on the line drying, and they're well and truly dried. I just haven't got them bought in yet. I've got so much of catching up to do around the place. But it's good. 2 weeks down in the salon again, but I tell you what, I'm missing being outside, and we're in for a really, really hot week this week. So it's going to be very interesting to see how the garden goes, because we're going to be, you know, up to the high 38s, maybe 40s. So I'm expecting to collect a lot of seeds this next week, and then we will pull out, tidy, get ready for autumn when everything starts to regenerate and change as well. Nasturtium's growing, hollyhocks have been growing. I've been using them in my florals and they're just fantastic. And this here is the forget-me-nots, which I've let go completely to seed. I'm just going to pick that up, pull it up and scatter it around. So we call this one Terry's garden because she started that garden. There's 3 worm farms in there and they're doing really well as well. And that's it, pretty much. Then you come around the front and all this section along here, we still haven't done anything other than the fence work that Terry's done. But once I get some seeds going again, you know, autumn's going to be really forgiving, I think. It's going to be really good for us. We've got the woodshed starting to take shape, and that's going to make it snake proof, and well, pretty much snake proof when Terry's finished with it. She's moved some agapanthus from the back, put them here, and made a nice tidy entrance exit from the garden as we, you know, to match in with the rest of the aggies in the driveway. Front yard's looking really lush. It's a hot day, and this is very shady. I did water last night, and the violets are doing really well. I need to get in there and deadhead the daisies, but at the moment I'm a little bit dubious about it with the snake. But yeah, that's the entrance to the garden. So it looks really nice. The golden elm adds a really nice touch into the driveway. And that's things that have happened way before we got here. The golden elm and the aggies, they were all planted way before I was here. This straggly looking bush is a really beautiful buddleia. It's like a lilac buddleia, so it doesn't look anything right now, but when it comes into flower it's really nice, and it's really, really aromatic and vanilla smelling. It's really lovely. Got some flowers out today, so these are all garden flowers. These ones here I've been calling them waterless flowers, because there is no water in them. See, there's no water in them. They're the old sunflowers, taken off the petals, just leaving that lovely golden florals in the middle. And yeah, I think that looks really groovy. The aeonium will grow as well. Got dahlias that have come out the garden. So got these ones here, this, and this one. All of that. It feels great to think that they're all coming from our garden now, all the flowers. Here's another lot of flowers. This is called obedient plant. It's a really nice plant. Belladonnas are all starting to come up, or naked ladies. I think this one's called Juliet. This is Snow Princess, beautiful. And this is your Irish bells, Irish hollyhocks. What have we got over here? Oh, then I did a big posy. I don't know. We'll just see if somebody comes and buys it. If you don't put it out, you just don't know. But the bees are thinking it's pretty darn special. That's really big. That's a big chunky one, that one. And then we've got more like orangey yellows. Our dinner guest is here, Miss Terry herself. So Gary's cooking lamb tonight. So I'm going to go, and I'll say see ya. I hope you all have a nice day, nice evening, whatever time this finds you, and yeah, take care of yourself. I know that it's not going to be summer where everyone is. Rory's going off because he loves Terry, and and this is the dahlias out the front that we're planting, so they're looking pretty good. That's called Dark Side of the Sun. This underneath I had planned to have flowers here, but these are looking a little bit tired with the hot weather. Isn't that cute? They're cute. They're only a small flower. And I've got some red Pierre de Ronsards planted there. Shush, Rory, it's Terry. And then you just go this way. That's the front yard. Okie dokie. I'll say see ya. Have a great day. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.